So I'm drifting along the edge of the map, mostly because the tidal wave decided that's where I live now. And who am I to argue with tidal waves? Anyway, I'm jogging along, minding my own business, when I see footsteps. It's the Marty skin, which is appropriate because a few seconds later we send him somewhere in time, back to the future, back to the past. I'm not entirely sure which direction eliminations travel, but either way, Marty disappears from this timeline quite efficiently. Unfortunately, he manages to remove a fair chunk of my health before departing, which leaves me in Fortnite's most predictable situation. You win the fight and immediately become a desperate scavenger. So I head down to this house and start looting. Nothing really. And then we get Gold Rush, and suddenly a new plan forms in my head. If Fortnite refuses to give me shield, I'll simply buy it like a financially irresponsible aristocrat. So I start smashing the house to pieces like an angry estate agent. Walls go down, floors disappear, furniture is reduced to plight splinters. By the end of it, I have about 3,700 gold, which frankly is just an absurd amount of money for someone who was 5 minutes ago hiding behind a sofa looking for bandages. I patch myself up, save the med kit, and drive over to Classified Canyon. But after buying some big pots and still having 3,295 gold left, I check the weapon machine, and sitting there like some forgotten relic, Hush's Mythic Deadeye. Still in the game. Honestly, I couldn't believe my luck. So if you ever get Gold Rush and a pile of gold, it's actually worth checking the nearest machine. Anyway, I grab the Deadeye and I carry on rotating towards the edge of 4 fields. I decide to go sit in a tree, except the wingsuit guy is already in the tree, which results in a small moment of mutual shock. He clearly wasn't expecting company, and honestly neither was I. But then I check his loadout. Gold lock-on, bastard. Gold enforcer, boom sniper, combat shotgun, and a wingsuit. 4 guns and no meds. I generally don't understand how anyone plays like that. It's like carrying 4 umbrellas but refusing to bring a coat. 6 players left now, and somewhere in the distance I hear the sound that instantly ruins everyone's mood. Lock-ons. I've got 2 bunkers and the storm is forcing movement, which means at some point I'm going to become someone's guided missile practice. Sure enough, I wingsuit and immediately get locked onto. Of course, because Fortnite's hero build players are nothing but consistent. Thankfully, it's mostly overshield damage, but still the irritation level rises slightly. 5 players left, then I spot a pigskin hiding in a bush. I don't trust pigskins, but I can't shoot him because the guy on height will immediately beam me in my bunker. So we all sit here pretending we don't exist for a moment. Then someone flies in behind me, which is exactly the sort of complication I didn't need right now. So I deal with him quickly. Turns out he was already reviving, and I should have just left the guy on height to finish him. But I finish him anyway. Take a bit of damage from someone else. So I throw down my bunker and drink the last of my big pots. Then I grab his shockwaves, which at least gives me the illusion of control. But now I'm stressed, and when I'm stressed, my gameplay becomes less predator and more scared animal. The storm moves again, and suddenly I have no cover. Shots are coming from above, from the side, and possibly from another dimension. I'm down to 59 shield, and the only path forward is in the water. Wingsuiting across it basically paints a target on my forehead. And naturally I get locked onto again. So now I'm forced to land where I don't want to land. I take more storm damage. I have no shield, no meds. My overshield hasn't regenerated, and I'm sitting on 27 white health. And I'm pretty annoyed. I creep around the edge, thinking maybe fate will intervene. Maybe the other players will fight. Maybe chaos will save me. Maybe I'll somehow stumble into a miracle. Then I see someone, and in that moment I realise something very simple. This is not the miracle timeline. I shoot with the wrong gun equipped, and to add insult to injury, I watch him pick up the Deadeye. And that lock-on rifle, it might genuinely be the most irritating inventions in Fortnite history. I might actually turn the game off.